So welcome owners, welcome to a new video. In this video, we'll be going over what you must do before you start automating. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you the exact order in which you need to bring AI in your business so that it sticks. It's not a tool list, not a hype tape. The 5 steps every owner has to walk in order and why the order is more important than the tool you pick. By the end, you'll exactly know what to do this week, what to delete from your stack, and what to never automate. This is the one I wished every owner watched before they started automating. Quick context, I have shipped over 50 AI workflows for real boring SMBs, and every single one of them taught me the same thing. The tool is the last decision and not the first. 99% of the AI advice online is tool first. And that's exactly where most builds die. The order is the whole game. Here's the mistake almost every owner makes when they get serious about AI. They start with the tool. They Google best AI tools for the industry they are in. Then they watch a YouTube guru and copy their build. The thing is, the tools change, but the results don't. 6 weeks in, the team isn't even using the automation. The workflow it was supposed to fix is still broken, and the money is gone. The reason isn't the tool, the reason is the order. AI isn't step one of any successful project, it's step five. There are 4 steps before it, which almost nobody walks. And if you skip them, AI part is wasted by definition. So here's what we are going to do in this video. I'll walk you through the 5 steps, show what each one looks like for a normal business, and give you the line that fixes most of it for free. All right, let me make this concrete. 2 normal service business workflows, same lesson both the times. First one, customer follow up. A 30% home services company. Owner wants AI to handle follow up emails. Now, the tool first approach would be he buys an AI follow up app, plugs it in to their CRM, and then what ends up happening? 2 weeks later, half the team is sending follow up emails manually because they don't trust AI. The other half let the AI fire and forget. Customers are getting double messages. Some are not getting anything. Why? There was no SOP behind the workflow. Nobody had decided when the follow up message happens, who owns it, what the message should say, what counts as done. The tool didn't fix any of that. It just sped up the chaos. Now, the SOP first move on the same workflow. Spend a week defining when the follow up fires. Say 24 hours after the job is done. Who will own it? Let's suppose the dispatcher. What gets sent? A templated message with 2 variables. What counts as done? A customer responds or a human checks in after 72 hours. Now you have something that AI can multiply cleanly. Now you can automate this. Second example, code generation. Same kind of business. Owner is spending 8 hours a week drafting custom codes. Tool first move, buy an AI proposal tool. Drop in the line items, hit send. 6 weeks later, he has stopped using it because the codes doesn't sound like him. And the customers asked weird clarifying question on 3 of them. On the other hand, SOP first move. Write down the actual 5 inputs that should produce a code. Define which line items should show up for which job type. Specify the language. Pick the code owner and then bring it to AI. And now AI is filling a structured form and not winging it. Same lesson both times. Tool first look faster, SOP first actually works. Now the 5 steps. I learned this from Elon Musk. You can run this in any workflow of your business. The order is non-negotiable. Step 1, question. For every step in a workflow, ask who actually needs this? Not what department, which person. Half the steps in SMB workflows exist because somebody once needed something 5 years ago and the step never got removed. If nobody can name the person who needs that step today, then the step is a dead weight. Step 2, delete. If you're not adding back at least 10% of what you have deleted, you're not deleting enough. Most workflows have steps that don't really survive a real audit. Tools, approval layers, handoffs, internal reporting, status meetings, nobody reads. Cut them. You can always add back. You usually don't. Step 3, simplify. Now and only now, simplify what's left. Combine the steps that don't need to be separate. Reduce the number of tools. Make the workflow describable in one paragraph by any member of the team. If it takes a 12-page playbook to explain, then you haven't deleted enough. Step 4, improve the SOP. Write it down. Who does it? With what inputs? What done looks like? What happens if the inputs are missing? What happens when the output is wrong? This is the boring part. This is also the part that makes the next step possible. Step 5, AI assistance then automate. Now you can actually use AI. The SOP is your scaffolding. AI fills in the steps that benefit from speed and pattern matching. Humans stay in the loop for part that requires judgment. Once you have watched it work cleanly for a few weeks, then you automate. That's it. 5 steps done in order. And here's the line that locks it in your head. You cannot automate chaos. AI doesn't fix bad workflows, it scales them. A messy follow up process automated is a faster mess. A bad quoting workflow automated is bad quotes at scale. Skip step 1 and you are automating a workflow that shouldn't exist. Skip step 2 and you're paying to scale deadweight. Skip step 4 and AI has nothing to anchor against. And so it makes things up. Quick one. This video is a part of a series that I'm running on the actual order to bring AI into your service-based business. What to do, what not to do, and the order to do it in. If this is landing for you, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. One more thing before we wrap. Why is this so consistently wrong in the market? Because most AI agencies sell you the exciting end state, the dashboard, the agent, the demo. They don't sell the process quality because process quality isn't sexy. You cannot put process quality on a sales deck. So the entire industry is selling you step 5 and skipping 1 through 4 and then blaming you when the adoption tanks. I ran a done for you AI agency for a while, shut it down because I realized I was helping owners offload functions that they should never offload. The workflow ownership, the SOP, the judgment of what done looks like. None of that should be outside your business. So the owner takeaway is this. Every time you are tempted to start at a tool, stop. Pull out a piece of paper. Write the workflow. Question every step. Cross out the dead ones. Write the SOP. Then and only then start automating. If you can't write the SOP on one page, you are not ready to automate it. All right. If you are at a point where you actually want to do this in your business, not just learn it, but do it in your business context with your team, that's what the sprint program is for. This is a 30-day activation program where I sit with you and your team and we install these frameworks, mindset shifts so that they stick in your business. Then we pick one workflow and help your team automate it and also create a roadmap. If you'd like to learn more, link is in the description. All right, so that was it for this video. We learned about why you should never automate chaos and what are the steps you need to take in order to automate the right way. Head on to this video next if you want to learn how to get actual good outputs out of AI. And I'll see you in the next one.